We do so many wreaths for Christmas, and these are made by Margit, 96 years old, and she's the lady who started this business, and she still works with us. So we are like 3 generations of women working together, and it's just amazing. Along with the Christmas wreaths, we do a lot of arrangements. We call them groups, flower groups, with the Christmas flowers that we grow here at the farm. And these are made by Anna-Stina and Anna earlier today. And this is something that people really, really like to have. So we have the amaryllis and also the hyacinths and some green leaves. I think they are very, very decorative. We also have these bags are not decorative at all, but these are filled with packages with our own hyacinths. I showed you in last video when they were still very, very small, and we recently, no, we still had them in the ground, didn't we? And now we have dug them all up, and we have sent them all over Sweden because people are very, very interested in having them. So we are so pleased with that. They are going with the mail today, later on. And you are welcome here also. And I want to say a big and warm thank you for all the comments and all the nice things you have written us from the last video that we published. It's been like a year since I last published an English video, and you are still here. It's amazing, waiting and sending so much appreciation. And it's not only me who are happy about this. Ida behind the camera loves to publish the videos in English because we get so nice response, and all of my team. So a huge thank you to all of you for watching. Today, well, I just want to stop by, pop in, whatever, to tell you that we really like to be back. But I also want to show you the plants that we had a look at in the previous video, and also to give you a short tip on how to grow tomatoes indoors. So just come with me and we will get a tray with tomatoes. They are so tiny and so cute. This greenhouse is really such a lovely place, but it is a bit tricky to film in here, and I hope you notice why. And that is because I look like an orange in the face. This is a very strong grow light, and it's not disturbing, you know, in our daily work. But when we are about to take photos and film, it's just not possible. So all of the greenhouse is filled now with lots and lots of flowers, with indoor flowers, and we have also plenty of the edible plants that we sell through our web shop, only for Swedish customers. So all of the trays here with herbs, tomatoes, lettuce, pepper, some leek, etc., etc. And these are the tomatoes I'm going to show you. They are just so cute. And you know, gardening here at the farm and nursery, we all have like different favorite tasks, me and my colleagues. And one of the things that I love to do it is sowing. I love to sow the plants, and I love to see when they germinate and follow the process. and decide when it's time to move from this stage to the next pot, etc., etc. So I like to follow the plants through this process, and it simply starts by sowing things. And I have a blog. It's quite big in Swedish. I also have a blog in English, and I have the 2 YouTube channels and Instagram, etc., etc., trying to inspire people to grow lots of food at home. And one of the things that I love to write about now in winter time, because as you see it's snow, it's December, is that it is possible to grow also vegetables like tomatoes indoors. And people are very interested in how to do it. And we have winter in Sweden, and I guess in some other parts of the world where you are watching, maybe winter time as well, and not possible to grow tomatoes and other vegetables that love heat outdoors. But you can, if you do it the right way, you can grow these vegetables indoors in winter time. And I write about it, and I try to get people to understand how to do it, because it is such a joy, and it's also such a pleasure to finally have the tomatoes and put them in your mouth and enjoy the taste, etc. So what you should go for if you want to start your tomatoes early and grow them indoors is a variety that are suitable for pots, containers. What kind of varieties are they? Well, you should go for the low varieties, not varieties for like hanging baskets, because they are very, they take that much space, so it's not very comfortable to have them indoors. This is a small variety called Vilma. It has been very popular in Sweden for a few years. It is about 40 centimeters high when it's fully grown, and it's one of the kind of tomatoes, where you don't pinch the side shoots. So you don't have to do anything about it. You just sow it and you plant it, you pot it in new pots when it's big enough. Don't have to pinch it, don't have to pollinate it, don't have to do anything. And like 4 to 5 months after sowing, you get small red tomatoes on this variety. There are also varieties with like orange fruits and yellow fruits, and also the purple fruits. But Vilma is a tomato with small red fruits. One of the things though that you have to have if you want to grow tomatoes indoors is grow light. And if you are not like a completely beginner in growing vegetables, you know that plants get their energy from the sun, also from the soil of course, but the light is very, very important. And that is why we have the strong grow light in the greenhouses. And when you grow tomatoes and herbs and leafy greens indoors in winter time in a climate like ours, where it is not only cold outside but it's also very dark, you need to have like a grow light. And there are very simple things to use in a home. For example, you can use a single one like this, and there are lots and lots of other types of grow light where you have them on a row, for example, and you have I don't really know how to describe it in English for you, but if you search for like grow light, you will find plenty of them in web shops. So the grow light should be on for like 12 to 16 hours each day, and by doing that you provide the plants with the energy they need. If not, you will find yourself with very, very leggy plants. And leggy plants are a bit tricky to grow because they don't feel well and they will not provide you with the best fruits later on. So the grow light is very important. One of the things that I have to do now, standing with this tray, this is a plug tray, and you can see it underneath. This one consists of 150 plugs. This is my favorite type of plug tray. We use it a lot for both vegetables and flowers here at the farm. Quite small plugs. Tack för idag. Hej. Finally, the mailman got here. We had to make a pause to carry out all the packages. Well, I was just about to tell you about the next step for the plants here. You see, they stand quite tight together in the plug tray. And in a heated greenhouse with the correct grow light, they grow fast. And one thing that I see is that some of the plants are getting a bit leggy. You can see it here. So they get leggy even though they have the grow light. How come? And I want to tell you this because this is something that you have great use to know also when you garden at home. Tomatoes and other vegetables, flowers, etc., when they stand tight together and they have this grow light from above, the light don't reach in between the plants. So the plants, they start to grow upright to reach for the light. And therefore, I can see that it is now time for me to pot them and to place them in a pot with a bigger space between the pots. And this is very important for you to notice when you garden, when you have an indoor gardening place at home, for example, when you grow in the windowsill or whatever, that you don't put the plants, tomatoes, for example, very tight together just to use the space in a good way. You know, you try to fit in as much as possible, as many plants as possible. Give them some space, because when you give them some space, the light will reach in into the stem and make the plant more compact. And by growing in a more compact way, it will be more healthier later on and more good looking, of course. So that is a tip for today, returning to these plants that we had a look at in a previous video, and also something that you can think about if you are thinking about growing any vegetables indoors this winter. So hopefully, though, I think we will get some of these plants sold in the weekend. So I will wait for Monday before I start to pot them. And it's very easy, you know, when you have this plug tray. Maybe not useful in winter time when you aim for just a few plants at home. But if you grow plenty of vegetables for your garden in summertime, a plug tray is a very, very good way to get plenty of plants, healthy plants, in a small space. Well, my friends, before doing this video, I had such a good time to check all the comments and thinking about what I want to share with you. I noticed that some of you are a bit worried. You say, well, it's wonderful that you are back, etc. And you love to see this place, the farm, the nursery, etc. But you comment in a way that my followers in Sweden also do. Sometimes there is nothing to learn from videos or content from this place. But there are so many things to learn by following this more commercial farm or place. A thing like this, don't put your tomatoes too close to each other. They will grow better if they have some space, etc., etc. So now when trying to publish more videos in English, because we have the time to do it in our team, I think the videos will be a nice mix from the nursery, the farm, and also from my home garden. So I have actually been sick in COVID for 2 weeks since we published the last video. So I hope that next time we see you, we will be visiting my indoor gardening project in my little cottage. And I then can show you both tomatoes and herbs and things that I harvest and tell you about that project. So for now, this is it. I will go back with the tomatoes, and hopefully I see you in a short while again. Enjoy some of the arrangements here in the shop meanwhile, and have a really nice time. Bye bye.